The plaintiff would like to call Miss Donna Paulson to the stand. You got her to come in.
Just stick to the script. Harvey won't know what hit him.
Miss Paulson, did Harvey Specter order you to shred that document?
I declined to answer pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights.
Did you put your date stamp on that document?
I declined to answer.
I'm not going to ask questions that you're just going to plead the fifth to, so. Had Harvey Specter asked you to bury something 5 years ago, would you?
He wouldn't ask me to do that.
That's not what I asked. If he did, would you do it? Oh, see, you're pausing, which means you're hiding something.
No, I'm not.
See, I think you'd do anything for him, and I know why.
Is there a question?
Do you love Harvey Specter?
What?
Do you love him?
That has nothing to do with...
It has everything to do with why'd your last boyfriend break up with you? Miss Paulson, why'd he end it with you?
He thought that I prioritized my work over our relationship.
Your work. He asked you to choose between him and Harvey, didn't he?
Yes.
Who'd you choose?
Harvey.
Because you love him.
Louis, stop.
It is not that simple.
Do you love him, yes or no? Answer the question.
Louis.
You're with him all the time. Your work revolves around him. Your life revolves around him.
Objection. Badgering.
You don't have a boyfriend, but the one you did wouldn't share you with
Your
him.
Honor.
Please, I just need a...
Do you love Harvey Specter? Do you love Harvey Specter?
That's enough! Do you remember?
Yes, of course I remember. It happened right there.
Well, it was your fault, because you made me burst out laughing.
You didn't just burst. You spat a piece of shrimp across the room and into the back of my mother's hair.
And she didn't even feel it because of all the hairspray. It's stuck in there like a tick.
Oh, my God, I could hardly look at her or that boyfriend for the next 2 hours.
What was his name again?
Who cares? He was such a loser.
Come on, he was the reason you had that god-awful party in the first place.
Thank you, Harvey.
You don't need to thank me. You already thanked me.
No, I thanked you for fixing it. Now I'm thanking you for not bringing it up all night.
I just figured if you wanted it brought up, you'd bring it up. And now you have, so, I told you I'd never let anything happen to you. And I won't ever. So you don't ever have to feel scared like that again.
I thought you said you didn't do the comfort thing.
I didn't say I didn't do it. I said I didn't have time because I was so busy saving your ass.
I'm sorry I doubted you.
I'm sorry I snapped at you. Anyone else ever loses faith in me, doesn't matter. But with you, it's different. I should go.
Why?
You know why. You know I love you, Donna. No. It's not right.
It's not right. I drank 3 Gatorades on the way here. I'm gonna pee orange. It's right.
No. What? If we're gonna do something, it needs to be original.
Orange.
You know what? I know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get the can opener.
Are you serious right now? You're not messing with me? You're finally gonna tell me what you do with that can opener?
Do I look serious?
You look stoned.
I am, but I never joke about the can opener. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, go. All right. What we do is
Okay, if you were a narcissist with great hair, what would your password be? Psst, Harvey. Specter. No, it's just way too easy. One of his favorite basketball players. Shaquille O'Brien.
I still don't understand the thumbtack thing.
surprising, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, say what you will about this floor. Pretty sure the cubicles are bigger.
Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing? I was just helping box a little bit because Donna was feeling a little blue about moving.
What the hell are you doing?
Harvey. Harvey,
You're looking for another way to make my life miserable?
Harvey, no, come on! You hit him, they win.
Should have let me hit him.
I don't know about that, but maybe we shouldn't have let him leave.
Why?
Maybe he wasn't snooping. Maybe he was, I don't know, trying to plant something like drugs.
In my record collection?
What better place to stash the weed than with the Bob Marley, man?
Louis doesn't even know where to buy drugs, let alone plant them.
I know where to buy drugs.
Congratulations.
No, I'm serious. What if instead of peeing, we planted something in Hardman's office? Genius.
It's a crime.
Maybe, but he wouldn't hesitate for 1 second to do the same thing to get rid of you. What?
He wouldn't hesitate to plant somebody to get rid of me.
What, Louis?
No. Hardman.
I just said that.
No. What if Hardman planted the CM memo in the first place?
Well,
Donna never saw the memo. Donna never makes mistakes. What if she never saw it 4 years ago because it wasn't there?
and then it was. You really think he had the balls to walk into that file room, open a box, and plant a document?
No security cameras and no locks on the doors.
Fine, but how did he get the document in the first place?
Hardman brought Coastal Motors into the firm.
Yeah, but he wasn't here when the case went to trial.
No, not the trial, the defect. What's the date Sarah Layton left CM?
There.
Hardman was still here.
Makes sense.
Sarah Layton confronts Kemp. He panics. Who's the first person he calls?
His lawyer.
Hardman tells him to bury it.
That's a crime.
You said yourself he wouldn't hesitate to commit a crime.
He knew the cars were bad from the beginning.
What?
When Hardman came back, the first thing he did was ask Lewis for a report on every case of the firm.
Yeah, he was looking for weaknesses. He knew the CM win was based on a lie, made it look like it was my lie.
Which brings us to
Tanner.
Hardman couldn't bring the suit himself. He needed an executioner.
And he picked Tanner. So when I suspected something was fishy, I'd focus on Tanner, not him. Esther, what are you doing here?
I'm actually going out to dinner with Louis and Donna.
Well, thanks for the invitation, but that's the last thing in the world I want to do right now.
That's not why I'm here. I was thinking about what you said about why I called you first, and then about how you handled it. And I thought maybe you might want to take me out this weekend.
Esther, what do you think's going on between us?
I don't know, I just...
You don't know? Well, I'll tell you. We had a moment. It was nice, but I'm not interested in sneaking around.
Who said anything about sneaking around?
I did. And you just got divorced, and you're a mother of two, and I'm not going to be the reason that...
That what?
That nothing. Why don't you just go out to your dinner?
Harvey, Tell me what's going on.
What's going on is you asked me out and I said no, so please, just leave me alone.
Harvey.
I said leave me alone.
Did you make the reservation at Sourbath's?
For the 7th time, yes. And why was it so important that it be there anyway?
Because their muffins are 10 times better than Esther's, and I just want her to know it.
I thought you two made progress.
Well, she's still my sister. I mean, I can't let her think that she's the best at something.
Okay.
Hey. What's wrong? You look upset.
Nothing's wrong. I'm just not feeling very well. It looks like tonight's not a good night after all.
Well, no. You're upset.
It's not that, Louis. I just don't feel well. Please, let's just reschedule.
I'm gonna just call the restaurant and...
Wait a second. She came all the way down here just to cancel?
I don't know, Louis. I mean, maybe she was already on her way over here and...
Did she just come from Harvey's office? Because that's the direction she came from, not the elevators.
I don't know, Louis. What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Is exactly what you said when I asked you if you thought there was anything going on between Harvey and Esther, and now you're saying it again. But you're Donna and you know everything.
I'm sorry, Louis. I do know. What are you gonna do?
None of your business. Stay out of it. You've done enough. You and I are gonna have a talk right now.
Okay, whatever it is, it can wait. I need to tell you something.
Does it have something to do with why my sister just left here, too upset to go out to dinner? You piece of shit, I knew it. What'd you do to her now?
I didn't do anything to her, Louis.
And when I say now, I mean as opposed to before, when you slept with her. That's right. Donna, the one you tried to steal from me at dinner the other night, told me.
Calm down. I didn't try to steal anything.
You made a promise to me! And even after I told you about when Esther and I were kids and the boys used me to get to her, you still went ahead and betrayed me.
Louis, it had already happened. And I was just now about to tell you.
Bullshit. You were never gonna tell me. You were gonna keep it to yourself to the day you die.
Louis, you have to believe me. I swear I was just about to tell you.
What you're about to do is get your ass kicked.
All right, watch yourself. Don't threaten something you can't handle.
You don't think I can handle you? You also thought I was too stupid to find out, but I did find out. I found out that you're nothing but a lying, cheating...
I didn't cheat with Esther. It was two grown people making a goddamn decision for themselves.
Well, that decision ended with her walking out of here near tears because she didn't have all the facts. Like the fact that you're a serial womanizer who can't stand when anyone else
Shut the hell up!
So he takes whatever woman's in sight.
I'm telling you.
Because he's so messed up from whatever goddamn thing happened to him in his pathetic childhood.
Shut the hell up!
He can't! Get away from me.
You get the hell out of here.
Woodall's taken care of, and so's everything else.
Not everything.
Jessica,
Harvey, I've already made up my mind.
you weren't there. He helped get us out of this.
After he put us goddamn in it.
And I put us in it just as much the day I hired Mike Ross.
Are you looking to save Louis or to get yourself fired too?
I'm saying he did some bad shit. But so have I, and so have you.
You and I don't mess shit up. We fix it.
Which is what he did today.
You want to talk about what he did? I told him not to confess, and he went straight down to the SEC, and he sang like a canary. After he did the same thing with Jeff Malone.
That doesn't...
Doesn't what? That's just the tip of the iceberg. Let's talk about his greatest hits. Last year, he blew up our merger negotiations because of a cat. This year, he led Mike Ross straight to Charles Forsman. He unwound the Wexler shares after I specifically told him not to. And to top it all off, he took $1 million payout to commit tax fraud that could have landed you 10 years in jail. And he didn't tell us about that until it was too late. And he only did that because he had to.
I'm still not doing it.
I tell him to do something, and he never goddamn does it. Now, I told myself I'm gonna do something. And I'm gonna goddamn do it.
Let me do it.
Why you and not me?
Because you want to deliver the message. His services are no longer needed. And I want to tell him goodbye.
You're really going to do this?
Harvey, this place is all he has.
I know.
I'm coming with you.
Dear Harvey and Jessica, there comes a time when a man must look at himself in the mirror, to judge himself instead of waiting to be judged by others. And for me, that time is now. You both know I came to Pearson Specter right out of law school, but what you may not know is this is the only place I've ever worked. It's the only place I've ever wanted to work. It is my life. It is my home. And the people that work here are my family. You're like my parents. And the partners, they're like my brothers, and the associates under my care are like my children. And I'm ashamed to admit it, but I put all of you in jeopardy for my own personal gain. I told myself it was for the greater good, but the truth is I just wanted to feel on the same level as both of you. I can deny that no longer. I can excuse my actions no longer. Although we've had our differences over the years, there are no two people I respect more. Your names are on the wall for a reason, and mine is not for a reason. And I refuse to put either one of you through the pain of having to fire me. So effective immediately, I, Louis Litt, am resigning from Pearson Specter. Please take care of my home.
Let me get this straight. You two were in a heated conversation when we picked you up, and that had nothing to do with this.
It had everything to do with it.
You mean you were trying to cover your tracks?
No, we were having a heated conversation about what bullshit charges these are.
Okay, I'm done playing your games. He was your only friend in that firm. You got fired, you got him another job, and that's why you went to him to set this whole thing up.
You've got your information wrong. He wasn't my friend. I had the chance to save his job, but instead he threw me under the bus. That is why I instituted this lawsuit. So you can take your bullshit allegations somewhere else, because I am not gonna roll on Harvey. I'm not rolling on Mike. And Harold, he's not gonna roll on me.
You guys are well rehearsed. So I'll ask you again, is that what you were doing on the street today?
Jesus Christ, you know, you drive like my nana? He drives like my nana, and she's 102.
Relax, Louis. Ray's on it. Nobody's getting us there faster.
I mean, I can't believe this whole thing's been going on. I've been completely out of the loop.
Louis, I don't want to rehash it. Right now, Mike's in custody. We need to get him out.
Yeah, and you need to tell me what the hell happened.
Are you asking if we broke the law when we made that settlement with Harold?
That's exactly what I'm asking.
We have exposure.
Well, then you better hope that Ray drives a little goddamn faster, because you and I both know what's going on in there.
Let me tell you what we're dealing with here. Conspiring to bribe witnesses, 7 years. You filed a sworn declaration in support of your suit. That's perjury, another 2 years. And to top it all off, the money was transferred overseas, which would be, well, you're a lawyer. Fill in the blank.
Wire fraud.
Bingo. Big winner. And your prize is 20 more years. And here's the thing. I am gonna make sure that it's not a cushy white-collar prison.
This is just ridiculous. If Harold isn't broken by now, I'll shit my pants.
If Harold's broken, then when we get there, Mike's going to be on his way to prison.
Someone needs to get in there and hold his hand.
Not someone. You.
Are you serious? I'm the last person in the world that Harold Gunderson wants to see right now.
Louis, when we were associates, who did you fear most?
That's easy, my mother.
I meant in the firm.
Daniel Harmon.
So who would you most want to come in and take on Eric Woodall if you were in that room?
Daniel Harmon.
Exactly. Look, Harold may not like you, but he respects you, and he's all alone. Now, when we get there, I need you to channel your inner Hardman, get him to trust you, and then shut him the hell up.
Louis, what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for Harvey.
Harvey's not here.
Then you'll have to do.
Look, Louis, I know you've been through a lot, but Harvey's gonna...
I don't give a shit what Harvey's gonna do.
Okay, you're scaring me.
You know what an Oscar looks like?
What?
Academy Award. Bald guy. I mean, of course, we all know what it looks like, but especially you. You're an actress. It's the highest honor in your field. I mean, of course, you don't need to be told what it is.
What are you talking about?
See, the highest academic honor in Harvard Law is the Order of the Coif. You don't get a trophy. You get 3 things. You get a parchment to hang on your wall, a medal to wear at graduation, and this. Now, this key doesn't say Order of the Coif, doesn't say anything. It's just a symbol.
What does that have to do with Harvey?
Doesn't. It has to do with Mike.
You know what, Louis? It's been a long day.
It's about to get longer. See, Mike asked me about this. And I thought he was... I thought he was trying to get my mind off of my problems. But then he did it again. And it got me to thinking. Mike graduated magna cum laude. He's in Order of the Coif. But he didn't recognize this.
So he forgot a stupid key.
Mike Ross doesn't forget anything. See, the reason he didn't recognize this was because he never got one. Because he didn't go to Harvard.
Louis, we've been down this road before. Mike is in the Harvard database.
But he's not in the yearbook. And according to his credit report, his address during his law school years was in New York. He even paid rent the first of the month in person.
Well, I'm sure there's an...
Sit down! Last year, you told me not to tell Sheila about Mike's file. You acted like you cared about me. You didn't give a shit about me. You cared about you and Harvey.
No.
And Mike.
No.
And Jessica.
Louis, that's not true.
Well, let's call Sheila right now. I know all of the numbers by heart. I mean, she may not be interested in me anymore, but she will definitely be interested in a fraud claiming that he went to Harvard.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? You've been lying to me since the day Mike Ross arrived. I knew Harvey and Jessica never really accepted me, but I thought you were different. I thought you were my friend.
I am your friend, Louis.
No, you're not. And don't you ever say that to me again.
Where are you going?
To see your friend Jessica.
Louis knows.
Louis.
I know you're a stickler for the rules, so I figured I'd just come by to return my ID.
You want an explanation?
I want to see you perp walk through the bullpen with your pretty little jacket draped over your handcuffs. But until then, yeah, I'll take an explanation.
When I found out the truth about Mike Ross, it had already been done.
By Harvey. Right after he made senior partner over me, that's when he hired the fraud. That's the correct timeline, right?
Yes.
So instead of turning him in, you cover it up.
Louis.
And the one time that I do something, you don't cover it up at all. You throw me to the wolves.
I saved you from the wolves.
And I ask you for the smallest gesture. Just
just to allow my career to continue with dignity, and you couldn't muster the tiniest shred of compassion.
What do you want me to say?
I want you to tell me you're a liar! And a hypocrite! I want you to say you're sorry.
I am a liar. And I am a hypocrite. But I will not say I'm sorry. Because I did what I did to protect this firm.
Well, looks like the captain's about to go down with her ship.
Bullshit. You want something?
Oh, I told you. I want to see you
In handcuffs? If that were true, the police would be here instead of you. No. You wanted to see me squirm before asking me for what you really want. I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction. So you might as well spit it out.
You asked me what I wanted once before, and I told you, and then you told me that I couldn't have it. But now I can. Pearson. Specter. Lit.
Mr. Ross, we are prepared to hear your final statement.
Before we do, I have one last question. Mr. Ross, you say you're a changed man and you care about the truth, but I want to know if you're capable of telling the truth. So I'm going to ask you a question, and I suggest that you consider your answer very carefully, because as far as I'm concerned, your answer will determine whether or not you become a lawyer. During your time at Pearson Specter Lit, did anyone there have knowledge of the fact that you were a fraud? Mr. Ross, did anyone else know?
I knew. And if you're looking for a scalp, you can have mine. But I was under the impression that this hearing was not about my old firm, but whether or not Mr. Ross should be a lawyer. I say he should.
It doesn't matter what you say. He's already had someone testify for him.
I'm not here to talk about him. I'm here to talk about someone else.
Someone else has nothing to do with
I'd like to hear this.
15 years ago, a young woman was arrested for illegally obtaining prescription drugs. Turns out she had chronic pain and didn't want to drop out of med school, possibly never to return. So she stole a couple of prescription pads from the hospital where she was interning. A crime with a mandatory sentence of 7 years. But instead of throwing the book at her, the prosecuting attorney showed mercy. Had the charges knocked down to a misdemeanor, recommended probation, and sealed the records.
That's a touching story, but I don't see what a random attorney has to do with these proceedings.
She's not talking about a random attorney. She's talking about me. Just because I showed compassion once doesn't mean he deserves it now.
Maybe he doesn't. But that young woman is now an ER doctor. She saves lives. And the world's a better place because you saved hers.
Thank you, Miss Pearson. Mr. Ross.
I don't think I can add anything to that. I've made my case. I leave the choice to you.
Then this hearing has concluded. We will deliberate and let you know our decision by day's end. Thank you.
So what do we do now?
They said they would let us know by the end of the day, so we wait.
Well, it is the end of the day, which means...
Doesn't mean anything, Louis. Whatever's going on in there, Seidel's gonna fight like hell. It's not gonna make a difference. She's never gonna change her mind.
I think she will.
What do you mean?
I mean, that story wasn't any old story, and that woman wasn't really a woman, it was a man named Joseph O'Neill. And it was Walter Sampson's godson.
So she did call in a favor?
Yeah, she did.
Then we need to get her kicked off that board.
No, Harvey, we don't. Because I didn't fly all the way down here to strong-arm that woman. And I know the story of the wind and the sun.
What the hell are you talking about?
She's talking about Aesop's fable, which basically says that if you want a man to take off his coat, you don't blow it off. You make him feel warm and he'll take it off on his own.
That's not a strategy, it's a prayer.
Louis, I already admitted that I knew about Mike, and I reminded her of her own compassion. That's the best we're going to do.
You know they could disbar you for that.
In New York, they might. In Chicago, nobody's gonna care.
Thank you, Jessica.
Don't thank me. Thank Harvey. He's the one that called me.
Seidel. Hello. I'll tell him. Thanks for calling. You're in.
Oh my God, it happened.
I'm gonna go get us some champagne.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for flying in.
I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Mr. Ross, I'd like to make your client an offer.
We're listening.
We don't want you, Mr. Diaz. You said you were just driving the truck, and I believe you. And we already have the two gentlemen who committed the actual felony. So, all you have to do is testify against them and you walk.
What?
Holy shit. No jail time.
No jail time.
Okay, that's enough. I need a moment with my client.
I don't need a moment. I'll take it.
Mr. Diaz, listen to me. Testifying against your friends may not seem like a big deal right now, but it's something you are going to have to live with for the rest of your life.
I don't owe them anything. And if I can get myself out, that's what I'm gonna do.
He's only offering you this because he doesn't have a case against you.
He's a two-time loser. I'll make a case against him.
Mr. Diaz.
Give me the pen.
You are making a huge mistake.
Yeah? Well, I don't think so. And if you were in my shoes, you'd do the exact same thing.
I would never send my friends to prison.
Yeah, well, they find me guilty. They're gonna send my friends to prison anyways.
I can feel the floor shaking and the glass begin to break. The air is getting thinner with every breath that I take. The calm before the storm, you could hear the drop of a pin. Never been claustrophobic, but now the walls are closing in.
Harvey, thank God. The jury came back. We have an hour.
Where's Mike?
I don't know. What's the matter? Harvey.
I have to go.
Crossed every line, broken every boundary. Now it's retribution time, 'cause the church that I went to, it ain't that holy. Strike me down, take me away. Debts are due, it's time to pay. Face what I deserve. Here comes judgment day.
You know they're back, right?
I don't care. I'm ready to take your deal.
Which one?
I'm glad you're here. I need to tell you something.
Whatever it is, it might not matter after I give you this.
What is it?
Harvey, you didn't just give me my dream. You gave me a family. But I'm gonna have a family of my own someday, and I can't have all of this hanging over their heads.
You're resigning.
I am.
You know, you want to ask me why I hired you. And I told you it was because life is like this. And I like this.
Harvey, please, you can't convince me.
Let me finish. It was like this, not because of the risk we're taking. It's because of who you are.
So you're not disappointed?
Kidding me? To that speech? If you hadn't done this, I'd be kicking you out. And for the record, you're not the only one who got more family out of this deal.
You really are so beautiful.
No one's beautiful in fluorescent light.
You are.
So how did your mysterious adventure go? Did you get what you needed?
I did.
What's this?
Early wedding present.
Like this is...
A copy of my letter of resignation.
If this is about the thing with Claire or the fight that I got into with my
It's
mom...
not. This is about us starting our life right. With a clean slate.
You don't have to do this for me.
I'm not. I'm doing it for us. Because as long as you're with me...
I'm with you.
Then let me go say goodbye to my office. Let's go home.
Out before we got a chance to celebrate.
Sorry, it's just been a long day.
Harvey, how exactly did you get that termination letter from Forsman?
Let's talk about it in the morning.
Harvey.
I agreed to step down.
Absolutely not. You are not going to step down.
It's done.
Nothing's done.
Jessica, please. You've given up everything for this firm. It's time someone gave up something for you.
What if I don't want you to be the one to do that?
Then forgive me because I am. Good news is Mike Ross is leaving.
I never thought I'd say this. But at this moment, that doesn't feel like good news.
It's a fight till the death. It'll take your last breath, but I'll be fine.
Michael James Ross.
Yes?
You're under arrest for conspiracy to commit fraud.